Thermochef tomato paste.
Hi, and welcome to cheekyricho's tomato paste. This rich, homemade, Italian-inspired condiment is a perfect addition to any pasta, spaghetti, bolognese or bruschetta sauce. The ingredients will be in the recipe box below. We will be making this dish today in the Thermochef. Now let's get started. Okay, to our Thermochef jug we are going to add our onions that have been peeled and just cut into quarters, red peppers, you could use chili in this recipe if you wanted to, and just our tomatoes that have just had the ends chopped off them. That's all you need to do to them. In they go. Now we're just going to add our remaining ingredients. So it's in with our raw sugar, our cracked pepper, freshly cracked pepper, just cooking salt. You could use veggie salt if you like, ground oregano, just mixed herbs, some brown vinegar. You could use red wine vinegar if you like, extra virgin olive oil, and some red wine. Now we place our metal steamer insert on top, speed 7 for 1 minute to blend up all the ingredients, and then we're going to start to cook it. Okay, after 1 minute this is what you should have. It's actually bubbled up into the steamer basket a little, don't worry about that. That's just because of the speed that we've been using it as. Scrape down the sides, and this is what you should have. It's totally pulverized and it's ready for a prolonged cooking on a high temperature. Pop the basket back in again. This will allow it to evaporate without making too much of a mess in the kitchen. Aroma temperature, speed 2 for 30 minutes. Okay, after 45 minutes this is what you should have. Be very careful, this is really very hot. You can see how much it has evaporated and lessened in quantity. It's really quite rich, a lot thicker, and this whole house smells like an Italian restaurant at the moment. It's really a lovely smell. Evidence suggests that consuming at least 1 to 2 meals of cooked tomato per week assists in the reduction of the incidence of prostate cancer. So there you have, after 45 minutes, tomato paste will thicken slightly on standing. If you like, you can put it on for a little longer. I'm going to do that because I want to concentrate down a little more. Okay, after 10 more minutes at aroma temperature, it is time to carefully remove our strainer. Just scrape all of the tomato paste off the bottom of it. We have to decant it into sterilised jars immediately. We do not want this to sit in the jug, continuing to cook onto the blades and possibly burning. That is what you should have. You've gone from having a really full jug and it's evaporated down to about a third. So we're just going to decant it straight into our sterilised jars. A handy hint when you're storing tomato paste that has been opened, just drizzle a layer of olive oil onto the opened surface and pop the lid back on and store it in the fridge. The reason that you do that is it excludes the air and your tomato paste won't get mouldy on top. It's quite a thick mix, so you have to assist it. It doesn't pour as easily as what jam does. This is an excellent way to use short-coated tomatoes, or if you've a problem with your garden at the moment and you're worried that you're not going to be able to use them all in time. We've had an excessive amount of rain here at the moment and tomatoes are splitting left, right and centre, which means that they're all ready at once and they all have to be used immediately. This is easy, it's 100% natural, absolutely delicious, and you can use it for all manner of cooking. We're going to have 2 full jars here. If you're not sold on a Thermochef by now, I'm not sure what's going to do it. This has been cooking for the best part of an hour. It's reduced 1,300 grams of tomato, which has had sugar added, to 2 full jars of thick, rich tomato paste. It's used up tomatoes that would normally have otherwise been wasted. If you can see into the bottom of that jug, I didn't cut anything and I didn't stir anything. You've got something that would normally be very happy to burn on the stovetop, has been cooked to perfection by the Thermochef jug without sticking, burning, requiring to be chopped up to start with. I hope you enjoyed this little cooking demonstration. If you'd like to see more interesting recipes and ideas, please check out my Cheeky Richo channel. Don't forget to please subscribe. Do come back and visit us again soon. We have so much more to show you. And thank you very much for watching. When we use the steamer on top, it won't boil over because it has a rubber seal around here. It will bubble up and travel up into this area here, but you can soak this in the sink quite easily. Much more easily than you can soak your floor or your kitchen bench. It will also stop it from boiling over, and it will allow, because of this wide area here, it will allow the moisture to evaporate. We have reduced the quantity of this tomato puree down to 1/3 by using this method. It's allowed all the moisture to evaporate, without making too much mess, and you don't have to stir it, it doesn't burn on, and you don't even have to watch it. This is a perfect handy hint when you're using jams or other sauces, curries, pickles or chutneys, anything that's likely to splot and make a mess, because it allows the moisture to evaporate, and any splashes, or most splashes, not 100%, but most splashes are caught in this wide area here. You can see the condensation here, which is all evaporated out of our lovely tomato paste. So a little taste of this, shall we, before we pop the lid on? That's very mouth-watering and very delicious.
There you have it, 650 grams of preservative-free cheekyricho tomato paste.